making good, my money need a loan. I'm just getting money. I'm just getting money. Homie making good, my money need a loan. I'm just getting money. I'm just getting money. Homie making good, my money need a loan. I'm just getting money. I'm just getting money. Homie making good, my money need a loan.
Yo. What's going on, everyone? What's going on, man? This is your boy, Coach Riggs and Bishop. And this is Coach's Talk, man, where we discuss all things OU related, college football related, all things in between. Before we get started, guys, please hit that like button, hit that red subscribe button, man. Like the videos, man. Ring that bell so you won't miss any content that we got going forward. Well, our special guest is not in yet, man. So we're going to, just wing it and everything until that person gets in. What's going on, Bishop? How's everything going your way, man?
Beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Yeah, Mike. Hey, for some reason, man, it's not letting me. I think if you didn't get it yesterday, it's not letting me right now. I don't know what it is, but I tried to get it fixed today. I think Bishop was telling me the same thing. So I'll try to get it to you here in a few seconds. Hopefully and everything, man, because I don't want to send a different one because then I don't think the special guest will get it. And I want you guys to hear what the special guest has to say. Other than that, man, how's your day going?
Man, it's going good. Had a real good day at work, just putting in work, and just excited to finally get to this podcast and to just be here one more day. And
no, man. I mean, hey, I was doing some questions and everything, man, and redoing some things, man, and someone was like, I had a few emails from people that was on the podcast last night.
Okay.
And so until the guest comes in, we're gonna jump on some of these emails. I say Brian Weber and everything. Weber, not Weber, Weber. Send us an email from last night. He said, I love the question section of your podcast, Coach. The humor and the witty banter is second to none. So I'll ask the question as such. And this is his question. This is kind of crazy. What's better? Raising Cane's, Chick-fil-A, or a quality chicken fried steak? Hey, these questions, man, taking on a mind of its own.
No doubt.
But I mean, I love it, man. I love it that people get to interact with us and everything, man. I think next Thursday we got Sooner in Texas and Jimmy coming on next week and everything. They're going to join the podcast. We decided that every Thursday on Thursday's Conversations, whoever wants to jump in, we'll let two lucky people jump in with us and do the podcast with us. I think that'll help us and grow a little bit more and everything, man. So I think that's a big deal for us.
Definitely.
So what's your answer?
All right. Now, y'all know how I am about having stuff. I like stuff from scratch because I know it's made with love. So I would like a homemade chicken fried steak.
Chicken fried steak,
excuse me.
Well, you know what, man? I had Raising Cane's when I was in Texas visiting my niece. And then I had Chick-fil-A. But nothing beats a quality chicken fried steak, man. I don't care. I don't care how you look at it, how you bread it or whatever. You can't beat that. And especially, man, and I'm not gonna try to discriminate, an old lady that had those seasoning and spices can fix it. Ain't nothing better than a quality chicken fried steak, man. I don't care what nobody say.
Made in a cast iron skillet. Ooh,
yes. Hey, man, greetings to you, TP Grill, man. Greetings, Coach Riggs and Bishop. Hit the like button. Please, man, hit the like button.
Yeah, no doubt. Big salute, TP. I see you.
Chuck wants to know, man, hey, brother, what's up with Nico's brother? I haven't heard anything new, man. I still think that Arkansas is still trying to get that money, which I don't think they're going to get. I think and everything, man, you can't, from what I've heard from back in all my reports in Arkansas at the Gazette, I got a buddy that works for the Arkansas Gazette. He was saying that money was given to Nico's brother just to come there. It wasn't anything linked to playing time or scholarship, NIL. That money was just to come there. So if you're giving him money just to come there, that's free money.
Or let's do better in making sure you document it. And that's where I think we're headed toward, is that you're gonna have to have some way, because writing on toilet tissue, a piece of paper and all of that ain't gonna work. You've got to have something concrete, because otherwise, just like you said, if it's something just for him to come there, but you're trying to recruit, how can you recruit something that was almost like a bonus for you choosing us?
Well, why would you even do that? This has been the thing that I don't like about what Tennessee did to Nico, is that you can't pay him in high school, give him a taste of what he's going to get in college, and then he gets there and you shocked that he wants a raise. You shocked that he wants a raise. You've already hung the little dangle fruit over him. So I don't get that. Hey, Jason's popped in. I don't get that. So we can sit here and cry all we want to about Nico's brother. That's free money. What's up, Jason?
What's up, boys?
What's good? What's good?
Not much, man. Not much. How's everything going your way?
Good. Not too bad, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Sunday. Good Friday. Good Friday here. Good Friday.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I just now realized, man, it's Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
I just realized that a few minutes ago, my daughter said, "Hey, it's Friday the 13th." I'm like, God damn.
It's been a while. Yeah, I hadn't paid attention to that either.
My bad, Rhyme Lemon. He said it's pronounced Weber. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I thought Weber was with two B's. in my book, when I went to school, it's supposed to be two B's.
Hey, to each his own.
Yeah.
So
anyway, man, like I said, I was looking at this and I was getting down some questions and everything, man, and I was kind of puzzled, man, because I think this podcast, man, is going a little bit better than I thought, Jason. When I first started, you told me just keep hitting that record button. And ever since I've done that, man, it's been contagious. It's been a little bit better than I thought it was. And then adding the addition of Bishop onto the show, man, I think it's going in the right direction.
Yeah, man, that's the main thing about it. It's kind of can be the hardest part too, is to stay, consistent with it and keep on hitting the button, right?
Yeah.
But once you do it, that's when and the consistency that helps, because then you end up getting people that consistently look for your content. So, and then the other part's just having a good time. I think that your Q&A stuff and having people send you an email and stuff like that is been huge for you, man. I think that's a great part of it.
I didn't know it was gonna get that big, man. It's grown legs, man.
It has.
We just had one while ago with Ramen Lemon. Ramen Lemon just asked a question.
Go ahead.
And I don't know if Jason got it, so I'm gonna let Jason answer that question.
All right.
Which would you rather?
About the
Raising
give me a
Cane.
chicken fry, brother. Give me a chicken fry.
Hey, that's old school, man. You can't. Hey, look, smothered. Hey.
Smothered, and then you can even throw in some fried okra with it if you want.
Dude, don't say that. Don't say that, man. Don't say that.
Hey, come on, man.
Some fried okra and some squash.
Oh yeah.
Hey. It is what it is. But hey, Jason, until our special guests get in, man, I got a question I didn't want to ask you, man, about your podcast today. I went back and I looked at some of the footage from just the little time that Arch played last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think, man, that he's very athletic. I think that he's gonna, if they roll him out and let him be agile and athletic, they'll be all right. But I didn't see the pocket presence that everybody was talking about. I seen him roll out and make things happen. Passes out in the slot, passes out and everything, 5-10 yards. I didn't see the deep balls but 1 or 2 times. Can you speak on that and try to figure out, is that something that should be a concern for Texas fans or not?
No, I think he's got the arm. I mean, I've seen him throw some deep balls. He's thrown some deep balls and stuff, and I think that he's definitely a little more apt to do it than what it appears that Quinn has been more after the last, at least at the latter part of his time there. But Quinn, I don't know, man. I'm still there. That I just think, I think that Arch is going to be good. Don't get me wrong. I think he's going to be very good. I just, my concern is that all this talk about all the expectations, I think, are a little high. I think they're a little high whenever you start really looking at what that team is and the differences between now and the last couple of years when before they lost 25 guys to the NFL draft. I mean, no matter how you look at it, I know they're recruiting as well as they are. They are. And I think that it's different than what it had been for a while there. But you can't replace that many people over and over, for 2 years and expect there to not be any kind of drop off whatsoever. And they're talking like that they've just reloaded and they're headed into this isn't Alabama. You know what I mean? And I don't think anybody can be what Alabama was either. You know what I mean? I just don't the narrative that's what you can be now is not, I don't believe it's real. I don't think anybody can do that.
So is that era of people being like Alabama and winning that many games and that many championships?
Well, you can just stack and stack and stack and stack and not lose anybody. It's just not going to be that way. Now, don't get me wrong. They've still got a lot of talent in Austin. There's no two ways around it. But to act like you just can be like that, I just don't. Again, I think that it's the same reason that I don't really think that Georgia is going to be what we've seen from them in the last few years either.
Yeah, winning
Since
32 games? Winning 32 games?
Yeah. I think they missed the playoff this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, look, I had them. Well, their schedule is not as daunting and everything as it used to be. They get what, Texas?
Believe it or not, I think that Texas may beat them, even though it's in Athens. Their tougher games are in Athens. I may be wrong. I could be a year away from it. You know what I mean? But I think that they could lose. I think they're probably going to lose the Alabama game. I think the biggest part of that is that whatever it is, Kirby hasn't been able to beat Alabama. Right? He's beaten them once in like 8 games. Once.
Yeah.
So to me, I think it's more of a I think they're gonna, and they got a new quarterback, and we haven't seen them really do much offensively in the last couple of years. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So I think they're gonna lose that one. I think that they can. I definitely think they could lose to Texas. I also think that they could end up losing, like that Georgia Tech game is in Atlanta. Dude. And they almost lost it in Athens last year. They tried to lose that sucker in Athens. I think that, I think there's a lot to contend with, man. And they've lost some guys because of the speeding stuff and all the speed racer crap that they've been doing. Yeah. They've had to, it's just not. But that being said, even, I could be wrong about it. It could be a year from now that goes down too as well. Who knows? But I do think that when it comes to, you look at Texas, they very likely come into Red River with 2 losses.
They possibly
and maybe they not, maybe they don't. But if they have to immediately be at the level they were at with essentially a brand new offensive line, new quarterback, a bunch of new guys on defense, you know what I mean? New receivers all the way around. And even they don't even have their tight end from last year. Yeah.
Well, I mean, jump into something else that was bothering me that you were talking about that I read doing a little research for this guest. They're predicting that Oklahoma will be in the top 5 defense in the SEC. Now, they're saying they have the best defensive line, but is top 5 in the SEC, is that doable?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think that the linebacker core, the entirety of the linebackers, I think they're better than anybody there.
Yeah.
I think that what you're missing is the leadership that you had, and that's where you have to have guys step up and be leaders. But because you lose Billy and you lose Danny Stutzman. But I think talent-wise, I don't think you lost anything there. But I think that Samuel Omosigo, from everything we're hearing, has been legit
killing.
Yeah, legit, right? Kobe McKenzie, I think Kobe McKenzie's a damn good player. You know what I mean? So he's got to take that next step forward. Everybody does. But you figure you get a healthy Gentry Williams back. If Peyton Bowen is back healthy, plus you got the young guys with Powers and Boganowski and Jaden Hardy doing what they've been doing. I mean, they're loaded. I think the depth there, and that's what I was saying this morning, the depth at the positions on the defense is legit. Kendall Daniels can play safety. He can play linebacker. He can play damn rushing in, for all I know. He outside linebacker type of deal. That dude's a problem. 6'5", 250.
They can run like a deer. He's going to be that cheat code. That's going to be a
monster.
The X factor.
He's a monster. If Marvin Jones is that guy, bro.
And see, we're not even talking about him. His name has yet to come up in this.
Yeah, well,
you talk about a former 5-star.
Right. Right. And again, that's how I feel about the depth on the defensive line. It's legit. It's legit. I mean, I heard David Pollock talking about it yesterday. He was like, it's not even close. He said it too. It's not close.
When can you just phantom the last time you've ever heard any SEC media talk about defense in Oklahoma in the same sentence?
Yeah, it would have been. It's like in the 09, 08, 07.
Not in the Lincoln Riley, not in the Lincoln Riley era.
It's been a minute. Let's just say that.
And that's what bothers me, man, is that beginning of the
Legend
season
said Kendall Dobie. I didn't even say Kendall Dobie. Kendall Dobie too. I mean, he's cheetah. You know,
man. Can you imagine him on the field the same time with Kendall Daniels at the same time, dude? And then you got Gentry Williams.
Yeah, Peyton Bowen.
Come on, man. And then we ain't even talking about Robert Spears Jennings. I mean,
I know. And Robert Spears Jennings. That's what I'm saying. Robert Spears Jennings has been one of the best. He was one of the best safeties in the country. You know, they're telling me this morning, we got Michael Taft. Okay, yeah, you got one. I just named off 5 safeties, bro.
Dude, for real. And the depth, me and Bishop, I think it was last week, we read the first team and the second team. There was no drop-off. There was no drop-off. The second team, damn it, is pretty much better than the damn first team. If you want to compare, comparisons and everything, but I just feel like everybody's hungry.
Yeah.
Everybody's hungry. Everybody's tired of hearing the shit about BV. Can't do this, can't do that. So I think a lot of these guys gonna come out, man, and they're gonna eat. And I think that we as fans need to see this shit, man, because I'm so tired of people talking about 6 and 6. I'm gonna break my damn TV.
Oh, come on, man. Yeah, that's just, I mean, you know, that you have to expect the trolling and the BS that you get. I mean, it is what it is. But it's so easy to say that to say that about the 6 and 7 season last year. Yeah, you can blame last year on you can blame it. You can do whatever you want and say whatever you want about last year. That's fine. But when you go back to the first year and you hang all that on BV as well, I think it's a little much. I know, like with Sooner Cowboys was doing the whole thing the other night of, nah, man, they still got to win 8 at least, blah, 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 blah. And don't get me wrong. I think they win 8 easy. I think that they get to 8 without much. And I think that because I've been saying, I think they're going to win 9. I could see them winning 10. I really can. I think that's where the difference is going to be, is whether or not they go to that. They could get to 9 but how special is this team? You know what I'm saying? Are you able to put it all together at the right times? And you know what I mean? As far as offensively, defensively as well, I think the defense is going to carry you a long ways, but I think that you're also looking for some changes, some situational awareness, some stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Top 5 defenses.
Jesse,
in the
like
SEC.
to know who you think of the top 5 defenses in the SEC. Well, we already got Oklahoma.
Yeah, and then Florida probably.
Florida. You think that Georgia's gonna be there or not?
I think they're a top 5. I don't think that I don't know that they're probably at the bottom of the top 5 though. To me,
And just the SEC.
Yeah, I would go. I would go. I would go Bama after those two, and then Texas, and then Georgia.
I think Texas got key players. I mean, Hill. I mean, they have key spots.
Yeah,
but the up front is what bothers me with the defense. And Pollock was saying that it was like they had Texas 3 on the defensive line. So I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm waiting. I can't wait till football season start, man. I'm talking about this shit too much. Every day, man, it's getting closer and closer, and I just can't wait for that first kickoff because we can put all this shit to rest. All these 6-6, 7-5, 8-4, and all this, put it all to rest. Because you gotta play them damn games and everything, man. And I'm so ready for it. So ready for it. I think I just got a text.
Yeah, man.
Special guest is having a problem with logging on, so I'm trying to give him a few more minutes.
Okay.
But I will say this is that the more that we go against our offense and our offense goes against the defense, it's just we're probably our best opponent. So when we hit the ground running in the games, it's going to be like clockwork when we play games because we play the best in practice.
Now, does that mean something playing against a stout defense every single day? Because last year OU had a stout defense, but the offense, we heard the offense was struggling so much.
They couldn't do anything with it, right?
Yes.
You keep hearing that they couldn't do anything with it. And what you've heard, what I like about it is, and Reggie Powers, Pops, said it on our show last week. He was like, this offense has made it to where, I mean, and this quarterback especially, he was talking about, he said, you know, he's going to get your ass if you don't find a way to come in there ready to rock and roll. You know, if you're not ready to go. And he talked about the depth and the depth at the safety position, the depth of, that linebacker safety's kind of become a blended spot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not just the cheetah. I think that they all are like, they can play multiple positions, some of them. Samuel and Powers being chief among that, I think. But then the same you would say with Kendall, Kendall Daniels, Kendall Dobie. They can all, I mean, Kendall Dobie can play corner. You know what I'm saying? And I think they're even talking about Eli being one of those guys. So I don't know, man. It's crazy, but I think that I don't know, man. I think it's the best defense I think it's the best defense in the country. I think that you got to see it kind of come together. But then I absolutely think that they're pushing each other though. Because even you heard Mateer talking about it. He goes, man, some days we win, some days we don't. Or some plays we win, some plays we don't.
Yeah.
That it's that iron sharpening iron a little bit, like what you were talking about. You're asking about if it makes them better. I think so. I don't think it can do anything but. I mean, as a coach, did you like those days when you had both sides of it kind of getting at? I mean, they both getting.
I love the days when the defense dominates. When the defense dominates, because calling offense is easy. Calling offense is easy. I don't know why people make it seem like it's so hard to call an offense. But when your defense is stout, all I need is 2 possessions or 3 possessions. I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty confident that we can put enough points up to increase that lead and everything to where our defense is going to always be there. So I'm always going to, even though I'm an offensive guy, I'm going to always go toward the defense and everything because I just need for them to do their job and then we can do our job. Now, Bishop, I know you're a defensive guy. I know you love hearing that from me. So, but Jason, man, go ahead.
Yeah, what I was going to piggyback off of you, though, we've seen this before when USC was playing, practicing they had harder practices than they had in games. And so what it did is made them ready to always be at that level when it came to kickoff. And that's what I don't think we knew, but that's what we have. And it took last year to get to that level.
Yeah. And I think that Mateer's that kind of guy that he likes to go out there and they have that competition. And, you know, Marcus was talking about that one time about him taking off on a run and scoring a touchdown, turn around, flipping off the defense, you know, that, you know, they're just they're competing like that, competing hard. And that's fun, man. You know what I mean? It's always fun when you see that kind of happening, because then you get both of them. And that's what I said. Reggie Powers, you know, he told us, he said from what, you know, Reggie the third, his son, had told him, it's like, man, you know that you can't take a rep off really, because you have a quarterback that'll burn you up, and you don't want to get into a situation where you're not making the play, because if you're not on the field, you may not get back on the field. If you lose your spot in a rotation, that spot is probably lost. I mean, we're not even talking about these two freshman safeties that are there now too, that are live. They're live too. You know what I'm saying?
Burning at the ass to get on the field.
So, I mean, I think it's a lot of it's you know, a lot of wealth in that position. It's a good problem to have, and it's been a long time. I mean, as much as I've always been an offensive guy, just by nature, I love the idea of having the best defense in the country and not having to rely on let's go put up 40.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even John Mateer said it. He was like, he has to throw an accurate pass or it's going back the other way. And I love hearing that. But John Mateer is going to finally have something that he's never had before. He's going to have an elite defense that's going to always keep him in the ball game. Always keep him in the ball game. So if and I keep saying this, man, and I'm gonna always say it. Kevin Wilson, man, is the cheat code to all of this right now, because I know that he's in Arbuckle's ear, trying to give advice,
Be kind of the glue, right? I think he could be the glue that kind of pulls it together a little bit.
Yeah, he's going to help BV so much as well too, man, because he'll be that
offensive line,
game management and everything, man. Tight ends, things like that. You need, and I'm not gonna sit here and lie. When I was a head coach, I love when my assistants took the initiative to do some shit, because it makes my job so much easier. But I trusted these guys to do what they're supposed to do. They know my philosophy. They know how I want things done, because we both want everything done the same way. But I'll let my assistants do their job. And I'm not going to be that guy that's over them looking over their shoulder. I don't do shit like that. And I think, man, that Kevin Wilson knows BV well enough, of those days that BV is giving his ass fits. I think that he's going to help Arbuckle out so much, man, to where I can't wait, man. This is the most exciting I've been about an offense since TBOW left. I ain't gonna say his name. My wife gets mad when I call him that bitch out west. She gets mad at me.
You know, a lot of people didn't even know that's what that meant.
They didn't.
Yeah.
What did they think it meant?
The Florida guy, I know that Shelton and Cody and those dudes, the professor, you know, from High Top, they kept asking, what is this Tebow stuff? Or why do y'all call him Tebow? It's not Tim Tebow. No. I was like, it's the bitch out west. And he was like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Hey, man, look, I got so many people down here, Jason, man, that's giving OU so much love, man. And I think that's very fitting that there's people away from Oklahoma on the East Coast that is giving OU more love than the people that are in Oklahoma. And that's what pisses me off, man, is about how the media in Oklahoma is dogging OU sometimes, man. But then you have people out here who don't really know about the OU prestige, about the OU, about Boomer Sooner. What the hell is Boomer Sooner? They don't know anything about Oklahoma, but they're giving more love to Oklahoma than the own damn media outlets in Texas. I mean, in Oklahoma. That's what bothers me. So I mean,
Barry Trammell's, and I didn't realize that everybody was as down on what's his name?
Hoover, John Hoover.
John Hoover. I didn't realize that was a thing until the last couple of days.
I've read some articles about his ass, boy. They don't hold no punches when it comes to him.
Yeah, but and then I think I hate to say it, but I think that Barry Trammell has become a caricature of himself at this point. I think he's just doing what he's doing, and it's like it's his way of staying relevant is to just poke the bear.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Jesse wants to know, what do you guys think are our weak points on defense? Would it be corner?
No.
Well, it could be depth at corner. It could be
because
if you have injuries. I think it's question. I don't know that it's weak versus you're not sure yet, right?
Yeah. I know that they said Newcomb and Guillory are right there in lockstep with all the starters. So it's just a matter of, it's not proven. I don't think it's a question. It's just, it's not proven on the actual field. But what they showing in practice, if it translates, it's going to be something big for us.
Well, yeah. Bishop, we talked about this. I want to do it with Jason. It seems like guest is having some technical difficulties and everything. I'm trying to get on. So I'm going to go on with some of these questions and ask Jason since he's in the room. I'm just going to say we started a new segment, Jason, called Smash It or Pass It. All right. Smash it or pass it. Hey, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
I know what you're thinking. Smash it or pass it. All right. I just want to get your feel for this and everything, man. And like I said, hopefully, if our special guests can get in, we can jump back on this. If not, I mean, it'll be a sad day, but at the same point in time, man, the show goes on. So I just wanted to ask you, smash it or pass it. And the question that I have for you is, hold on, let me get to it. All right.
Shawty says, we talking football?
Yes, talking football. Talking football. This segment is smash it or pass it and everything. The first question is Oklahoma. Will Oklahoma be one of the most improved offenses in the SEC?
Yeah.
Smash it or pass it.
Smash that. Yeah. It says happening.
Okay. Because I think
they were shitty. They were so bad last year. I don't think
you got anything.
That's one of the most improved offenses in the SEC, right?
Yes. I didn't know, and somebody said this. Somebody said that another school had a worse offense than Oklahoma, but they had a better record than Oklahoma. I can't think of the name of who it was, but they had a worse.
Were they trying to say Mizzou, maybe?
No, it was an SEC school that had a worse offensive stats than Oklahoma, but had a better record. And I just can't remember the name. It can't stick in my head and everything. So anyway, I'll just put that out there. All right, Jason. Bishop, smash or pass?
Yeah. Smash.
All right, cool. Next one. If John Mateer has a breakout season like Diego Pavia, what do you think Oklahoma's record will be?
11-1.
Damn. Jason.
I ain't doing all that. No, I ain't doing all that.
You can't see 11-1 nowhere.
It could be special and maybe, but I got them going. I'm still saying 9-3. I just think that the schedule is what it is. I think you could have a slip up here or there. I want them compete. My idea of a positive season for Oklahoma is you are in the mix those last 3 games to make it into the playoff. and you may make it in at 9-3. So that's where I mean, look, man, I can see that, you know, everything coming together, but I can see it not all coming together too. So 11-1 is a lot for me. Is it something that I think it could happen? Sure. Am I looking forward to it if it does? Hell yeah. but I'm it's one of them things I gotta see it first.
Well, the reason why I asked that question is because we all know that Diego Pavia came from New Mexico State. I keep hearing John Mateer's name when it comes to, well, he hasn't played against talent. He hasn't played against the defense that he's going to face in the SEC. Well, neither did Diego. And he came in this motherfucker and balled out. So
yeah, but they still won 8 games. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a lot for, or no, they didn't. They went 6-6, didn't they?
The first year they did, and then the second.
Yeah, but I mean, we're talking about Vandy that's a big improvement.
That's a big improvement.
Huge improvement.
Going 3 and
here's the thing. If you have John Mateer in this situation last year, they could have won 9 games there too. Right?
Yeah.
You don't have so many turnovers. There's a lot of little things that you could have had that 9-win season last year. So can I see 11-1 happening? Sure, but I'm gonna have to pass on it. If we're smash or pass in here, I'm gonna say, you know, I'm not smashing 11-1. I'm gonna have to pass until I see it.
I've always said 10-2 is the highest I can go and be realistic. Because like I said, if Alabama is at 11 or 12 a.m., I can see that. If it's at night, I got a problem with that. If we play LSU, are we gonna be healthy when that time rolls around and everything? If our health and everything is still intact, I don't see nobody really hanging with us because, of course, injuries are going to happen in football. Injuries are going to happen. And
Oklahoma makes the playoff. I don't care what their record is. If they get into the playoff, nobody wants to see this Oklahoma team because they will have gone through a gauntlet that nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody else did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Am I drinking the Kool-Aid then, Jason? You think I'm drinking the Kool-Aid?
You drinking something else?
You always drinking that Kool-Aid.
I am.
You drinking? More than Kool-Aid.
Yeah. That's all right.
He's smashing Kool-Aid. Smashing Kool-Aid.
All right, last one. Oklahoma will finish the season with a top 10 defense. Smash it or pass it?
Smash it.
Smash.
Okay. All right. Well, Bishop, like I said, that's new segments what we all are gonna try to introduce on this show and everything, man. Now, that one segment, Bishop, that you wanted to do the special guest, that was a good one from last night, and I don't think Jason got a part of that. And it's something, man. It is something.
Sooner in Texas been trying to start shit with Shawty for
who
this morning. Now this afternoon, he's saying I'm talking shit about it. I've been talking shit about Georgia. I'm not talking shit. I think that there's a lot of questions there too.
On what?
On Georgia.
Are we talking about? Look, man, I got Georgia high, but you was telling me, man, that Georgia might not make the playoffs and everything, man. And I just have a lot more confidence in Kirby. I have more, you know what? I have more confidence in Kirby than I do Sark.
Okay.
Because Kirby's been there and done that.
I think that's a fair comment to make. That's a fair comment to make. I have no problem with people saying that.
Yeah. It's just that because he's done it and he's done it at a high level. I just can't see. And we talked about it today. We were talking about we don't want anything bad to happen to Sark to Arch. I just feel like that pressure, man, for that guy to come in there and do what Ewers did is just going to be too much for him, man. That's all I'm saying. That pressure, as we know, pressure breaks pipes. But if he gets in there, man, and don't get it going the way he's supposed to, or like Ewers, are we going to hear the footsteps? Are we going to hear the voices? Are we going to hear things from Texas fans? Or are they just going to say, oh, well, you know, I'm just trying to figure it out?
Yeah, that's why I said this morning, I think that the pressure is definitely on Texas, much more than it is on Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma if we're asking questions, can they make the playoff, that kind of stuff, or what do they? Oklahoma fans are going to put pressure on it, but I think as a general rule, the expectations are so high for Texas right now, so high.
Oh, Shorty says, "Smash hard, not to be."
Hard not to be high on him is what I think he's kind of saying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I love this, man, that now people are finally jumping on the bandwagon and seeing what we've always seen all season. You can't get what they've gotten over in the off season transfer portal coaching staff and not think that they're going to improve in wins. It just don't add up. That's some terrible math if you're looking at it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, just getting material get you 2 W's because Jackson Arnold fumbled the ball so damn much.
Listen, and also you're not. I don't think that the teams that we're playing. I mean, we played them last year. I don't think they're the same. I mean, I certainly think that Mizzou fell off. I think that Ole Miss probably fell off some. They should have beaten both of those teams anyway. I don't think that Tennessee's near what it was a year ago. And I'm not even talking about Nico. The quarterback stuff I don't even really care about. I think they lost everywhere else. Even their defensive line depth and all that stuff was the biggest part of what they were, right? And then, Dylan Sampson not being back. None of those receivers are back. I don't know, man. I struggle to see Tennessee taking that next step and staying at the top. I mean, and I think it's a dumpster fire around there anyway. I just think it always is.
Does Josh think that he can just put in a quarterback and fill Nico's void, fill that spot? Because I don't think he can. Yeah,
I don't either. I don't even think Nico was great. You know what I mean? I'm not saying. I think he was a freshman. You know what I mean? I think Nico was a freshman, and I like Nico. I think he's really good. I think his skill set is there. He had a lot of improvements he needed to make, especially throwing the deep ball and things like that. He wasn't great at it. But I think that he was going to be better than this kid is going to be. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that being said, I said before he left, I think he's going to be a better quarterback. I don't know what that equates to for Tennessee because where's the rest of the weapons?
Yeah.
I know they've got a freshman that they love at receiver. Okay, cool. But I don't know, man. I struggle to see them being what they were, and because I think that they're having to piece it back together on defense a little bit too.
Right.
Well, this is what I get what you're saying, Jason, and this is what I can add to it. Everyone got mad when Cam said this, and it comes in very well right now. Nico was a game manager, not a game changer. He just managed the game. So is this one guy going to come in and be a game manager, or is he going to be a game changer?
Yeah, I think he had better passing numbers the last 2 years, but he was at App State. So I don't know what that means.
Now, that means, okay, if that came from Al State. So now I guess Josh is thinking that if I put skilled players around him, that I will get similar to Nico's numbers. Because like you said, Nico's numbers wasn't wowing people last year. It was just that defense was giving them multiple chances to get points. But
plus Dylan Sampson was running his ass off. People don't talk about he was better than Ashton Jeanty, if you ask me.
Yes. My point exactly. So now, when you go back to that ball game, as many chances as Jackson Arnold gave them, he gave them fucking 4 turnovers. And they only won by 10 points. And the game was still winnable in the third and fourth quarter. Even as sorry as we were playing, and as sorry as the play calling was, we were still in that. The defense almost won it for you.
And Michael Hawkins went to work too, man. You gotta remember that was a hell of a game.
Look, man, that run when he airplaned his ass.
Yeah. He took 3 different big hits on that one drive.
Yeah.
So this is why I'm always advocating Oklahoma's defense is going to be special.
Yeah.
a lot of negative stuff happened last year, man. That it's a part of football. No problem. I can deal with that. I can deal with a quarterback that fumbles the ball, even though that sucks. I got team sport. But at some point, you got to say, get your ass on the bench. Let's go with somebody else. And when you minimize the fuck ups, if you want to call it, or all the mistakes or whatever, you can win ball games. Jackson Arnold, Jason, you said what, 12 turnovers in one season?
He had 12 fumbles in 13 starts.
Jeez.
So he threw a turnover every game.
13 games that he played in. He had 12 fumbles. And not to mention, and then he had he had 3 interceptions, 4 interceptions, something like that. So.
Oh, my bad, Shorty. But what's the smash and pass on the question?
He was asking that on this is from before. That was on. I mean, what is the you were asking what's the
the first question?
Well, no, what Bishop was saying, and when Bishop went to 11-1, what does it look like?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
I
would never say. Go ahead, Bishop.
No, now? Since I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, let me spit my fire. The reason I'm playing that is that a lot of stuff you're alluding to from last year, the only thing that allowed us to stay in games last year was our defense. And now that we bring along a offense that has an offensive coordinator, a quarterback coach, and the actual quarterback, all as a package deal to add to what we already have, which was a Lamborghini, just needed somebody to drive. And then the X factor is Kevin Wilson. To go with BB's defense, I'm sorry. We about to put some work in, and all I know is documentation, big conversation, but all those receipts will be coming due, and you will see.
Yeah.
I agree with the premise of what you're saying. I want everybody to remember that Kevin Wilson is just an analyst, though. He is not in a position of power in any way, shape, or form. Is he somebody that's good to go bounce things off of? Absolutely. Is he somebody that Brent can listen to as far as management of the game? I would think so, right?
Yes. Right.
But to me, I want to see, I don't want people to get the idea that this is like his offense, because it's not going to be his offense. This is Arbuckle's baby now.
Yeah, and we agree with you, Jason. But tell me, my first year as an OC, and I got the architect of when the last time the Sooners were natty bound. That right there with me to help me guide and to mold and to make sure certain positions, key positions, he comes aside beating Bo. That's very special in this day and time.
Yeah.
I get, to me, I think, well, when you had the 10-2 season, it probably should have been 11-1 for sure, if not undefeated for that matter. To me, I think if you look at what you had there, you had Matt Wells stepping in that time with Coach, taking care of his defense and talking to him after they come off the field, kind of stuff or whatever. I think that's good for it, and having Kevin be able to come in and be that, right?
Yeah,
to kind of keep them just moving in that right direction. But I also think that Arbuckle alone was going to help that, right? I think that the places that I think he's also going to be, I think that Kevin they're going to spread him around a little bit. He's good in the offensive line room. He's good with the tight ends. He's able to kind of step in place of Jojon. I think if anything, you're kind of helping him with the Jojon situation, if anything, right?
Bishop loves that. He loves that.
So that's where, but I don't want to make it to like this is the same. I struggle to go. I don't want to say this is like Coach Stoops. This is Stoops's era of the Sooners, right? And I think that we go back to that a lot of times, it seems like. And I want to see it kind of go down.
Right.
And again, this is where I kind of pump the brakes. I'm not going to sit here and drink all that Kool-Aid just yet. I'm just not going to do it because we need to see them kind of make that move. And you know, Shawty said it in there a second ago. He's got to take a big leap.
Yeah.
Right.
He's got to take a big leap. And he said, you know, that's situationally is what I want to see out of him too. You know, I don't like to continue bringing this up, but I'll tell when you go and it's 4th and 4 and you can punt right there. I don't have a problem with you punting necessarily in that part at that point of the third quarter. Right. You're down 10 though. And you know, at some point you're going to have to make a move. I don't necessarily have a problem because you were in minus territory. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
But don't call a timeout and then punt.
And then punt. You burn the timeout for no reason.
Yeah. It's a waste of timeout. So when I see those things, then that concerns me. And I think that could be helpful for a guy like Kevin Wilson. But I want to see him make that move forward. And then when he does that, then we'll know. But, you know, the Texas fans that think that Oklahoma is going to be this guy, he's not that guy. He's not that guy. You realize that he is recruiting on an entirely other level than what Lincoln and even Stoops was doing.
Man, look.
Facts.
It ain't even close.
If he gets it right in the rest of it, and don't think for a second that why did they call Sark 7-win Sark? Because it took till 2 years ago, a 10th year before he finally got 10 wins.
Right.
BV did it in 2.
Yeah.
It's all about
my last thing to support my platform, why smash it, is the 4 horsemen are back with Jay Valai, Brandon Hall, and Coach BV heading up the deal. I call it the X-Men.
Well,
the defense is the X-Men. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have put an elite defensive staff together. You got West that came over. You have the other linebacker coach. His name is escaping me at this point, but
Dryling.
Yeah, Dryling. You think of that. You put all of that together with Chavis, Bates, BB. Dude, we're definitely not the old Sooners when they went to the Natty. We actually went a step above, and I implore them to take that next step and to believe and pull on the same rope I'm pulling on.
Well, it flipped.
Let's see where we go.
It flipped. When Lincoln was here, the offense was all that everybody talked about.
Right.
But they always tell you your team takes on the identity of your coach.
Correct.
So if your coach is an offensive-minded guy, a lot of skilled players, a lot of players are going to get the recognition. When you have a defensive coach, the defense gets a lot of the recognition and everything because that's who your coach is. Right. So I think it just flipped and everything. And it's a good flip because we saw the movie with the offense.
Right.
We saw that movie and it was an ugly ass ending 4 years straight. So now we got to see the defense. And it took a little bit more time for BV to get it right. But I believe he got it right. There is no other roster like this in the SEC besides your Georgias and your Alabamas that can compete with that. I've never in my life thought I would ever hear Oklahoma has a top 5 defensive line in the SEC. That last statement, SEC, I can see the Big 12, but the SEC, they always said it was a different juggernaut. It's a different component. OU is hanging with the big boys, and they have the best defensive line. And they can go 2 or 3 deep. That's what makes it so special, Bishop and Jason. So this is why I always say, man, is that BB gonna fuck around and get this thing going. It's gonna get scary. He's gonna do something like, and I'm not gonna say this. I mean, he's gonna be something like Georgia. He's gonna become another Georgia. I love when Kirby was getting the top talent and the big guys, the fast, physical guys. I think Oklahoma is on the cusp of doing the same thing.
Well, he's doing what he was doing at Clemson. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And we never seen that. We've always seen Georgia and Alabama just dominate. When Clemson was doing it, we were like, well, oh shit. We ain't never seen nobody other than Georgia or Alabama or sometimes LSU or Auburn.
What they were doing was ridiculously good too.
Yes.
I mean, now the one thing you have to say about it, if we're talking what they were doing at Clemson was what they were doing in Alabama and at Georgia as well, and then the other part of it, they didn't have to go through that gauntlet though that they'd had to. So they're more, you can get up for one game. I don't think that they were quite as loaded as those teams necessarily, but they were getting there, right? They were getting there. They were recruiting crazy, crazy good. And I think they're kind of back to it a little bit.
Man, look, I'm gonna keep saying it, and I'm gonna say it till Wes Goodman's on the East Coast killing it. Wes is on the East Coast killing it. The coach
he's already he's attracting those linebackers too, man. That's what he's doing.
The clinic the coaches clinic that we go to every Tuesday. Everybody knows my podcast. Everybody knows I'm an OU fan. That is the main topic that they want to talk about. Is when do you think OU is going to get it? When will that light come on? When we're going to get this thing going? And then I just think as long as Wes keeps that blueprint and that imprint on the East Coast, South Carolina, to Georgia, to Alabama, it's not going to stop.
Florida recruiting, stuff like
that. He is damned possessed with making sure Clemson does not get somebody over him.
Yeah. Well, he was a D coordinator at the NFL level too. You know what I mean? He's been there. Wes has. You know what I mean? Or was he just a linebacker coach in the NFL?
I think it was linebacker coach.
Okay. I
think it was linebacker coach.
Anyway, he's a good coach. I think that he got a lot of the heat off of that.
Nathan, what did you mean? Top 5 what? Name the panel. Who is your top 5 in the SEC? Is it like just top 5 teams or top 5 what?
We're talking defenses, I think, is what they're talking about right now. But do you see what Jaren's asking in there, O'Neal? It's Jaden O'Neal's dad that's in there. He's saying bias aside, strictly talking about football from a coaching standpoint, I have to give Arbuckle his credit as it relates to how he coaches and the ability to speak the game to his players. I agree.
Let me get to it.
I think that he's definitely breathed some new life into that offensive side, and the way that they compete, the way that they do, and have fun with it, and getting out there, getting after it.
Definitely. Go ahead, Jay.
I put it in the private there, up there for you, Coach. But if you,
right. I got you.
Jaden O'Neal did decommit as well from Oklahoma today, so.
That sucks.
That's one thing that I think that, if we're talking about getting better, these are things that you need to do a better job if you're Brent Venables.
Absolutely. But you know what? Hey, always that kid is destined for greatness, and that's going to be great. Like I said.
Doesn't mean he's necessarily not coming to OU, but right now he's not committed to OU.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that.
Tuesday. Was it Tuesday, Bishop, or Monday? I just said BB need to just jump on the damn thing and shut that shit down and just say Jaden's the guy and let that be it, because this is me as a coach. And I'm just gonna say this and not jump up. If I'm running the program and a gentleman and his family move across country to my program and show me and commit to me, I have to show loyalty. I have to show that is
because you're preaching loyalty to your program. You're preaching loyalty to your players.
Priority. You, young man, you ain't. Remember back in the day, I don't need no contract. My dad always told me a man's word is a man's word. Your word is your bond. Handshake or whatever. I don't need no contract. You've shown me that you want to be here. Arbuckle, let's shut this shit down. We got our quarterback. In the conversation. End of conversation. We won't be having these conversations. We won't be having these he decommitted and all that. At some point, man, as a head coach, you have to grab the bull by the horns, and say, you know what? Enough is enough of this shit. And that's just me
you
as a
guys,
coach talking.
yeah,
That's just me.
yeah,
Enough of this bullshit. We got our quarterback. Let's go on to other things. Now let's build around him, because check this out. Once you get that quarterback, you can build pieces around him.
yeah.
Because we already know who really got a quarterback. Not knowing who our quarterback is going to be keeps other guys that we want to get in limbo.
Hold on real quick.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Because what I was
I'm
going to
reading
say
something here. Hold on. I read that 3 different places, and I should have damn sure checked with him before I said this, though. I read it 3 different places on Twitter and stuff a little while ago. That's what was going on. Apparently, he didn't decommit. Let me just say that I fucked that up.
No, that's okay. Hey,
you can correct that, man.
No, I'm correcting it. I'm correcting it because it needs to be corrected. But I was reading it elsewhere. I should have made sure.
It's okay.
Something, I guess.
Hey, I will
I'm
say
still gonna say what I said.
No. I think that when we're talking about what we're talking about, I still feel the same way. It's ridiculous, crazy that it got to the point that it's gotten to if he does end up decommitting.
Yeah, and remember, Jason, I told you when understand being a former CEO, we have to understand that when you're heading up something, the last thing that I got to stand on is my word or my organization. If we stand on a creed, then we do bring it all the way across the board. Even if I bring in someone new, they need to know, hey, this is our creed. This is our, this is our format that we standing upon. And so if you say, you go take all your visits, but when you commit to me, that's a marriage like commitment. So, understanding if that's the case, family, and I'm in those same shoes as the dad, then all of a sudden I said, you know what? We're here in California. All right, family, we do a family deal. And I decided to move from California to Oklahoma. I don't know what else is all in. And not only that, it's like, okay, if nothing else, I get that Arbuckle, appears to want to go a certain way. But the thing is this is where VV, and everybody else could have stepped up, and y'all could have been one family and discuss it, because you already had someone that was already committed in the boat, And so with that said, is that it's something that, as a staff and as BV, as the CEO, can learn from and be better for. Because you got to dot your I's and cross your T's, because we can only go as much as the head is willing to go. So.
Hey, Bishop, I just got a text from guest. Something's going on in Louisiana where he's at. He won't be able to make it. He won't be able to make it.
Okay. Well, hey, there's always the next time.
Yeah,
we got you at Trap House. We still got love for you.
Yes, that's who Bishop let the cat out of the bag.
Oh, my bad.
No,
wait.
You good?
Hey, I'll be right back.
All right, okay.
All right, yeah, man. That's who the guest was and everything, man. Trap House and everything, man, was the special guest tonight, man. He's in Louisiana right now. Gonna be there for the next 3 days. Everything was good all day. I think something came up and he was trying to get on, but he just couldn't. So we're gonna try to reschedule this and do it again down the road. But we still gonna spit this fire, man. Like I said, I just feel like before he does, or even if he doesn't, I just feel like, and Shorty, if we're just talking D-line, OU probably top 3. Look, man, Shorty, I'm not gonna say here a lot. I remember when Georgia had the big physical guys. Remember back in the day in the SEC, you couldn't run on these defenses back in the day. It was big, fast, physical, strong guys. Now everybody wants to spread the ball on the field. So now you got to get quick, agile guys, but not real big guys. Guys that can be agile. You're 240, 250, 260 that can run lateral real quick. I just think, man, that Oklahoma has every component you need to be successful in the SEC, man. I just feel like I don't know what it is, man. It's just the stigma about not getting over that winning hump, man. I just can't put my finger on it, man. And I've looked at the video, I looked at footage, I looked at game film. Jackson Arnold really, I can't put it all on him. Seth Luttrell ran a trash ass offense.
Yeah.
And it depleted these guys to the point to where your defense is having to help score points in order for you to win the ball game.
Yeah.
So I think now with Arbuckle here, with Kevin Wilson adding his little touch or sprinkle dust, I think Oklahoma is going to be very well, man. Like I said, they got so many weapons, man. They got so many weapons.
Yeah.
And to the person that asked in the comments, JJ is doing fine. He's I'm just going to put it like this. He's getting ready.
There you go.
That's all I'm going to say.
That's all needs to be said.
Anything else. He's getting ready.
He's going to be ready. One thing I wanted to bring attention to is that you got to think, let me name off our front seven. And you think of, when I start thinking of people, there's people that once you get through with the first two levels, they still come popping in your mind, and the levels doesn't drop off. You got, you got Nigel Smith the third. You got Danny Okoye. You got
what's my list?
You got Gilmore. Why Gilmore? You got PJ. You got R. Mason Thomas, and then in your middle you got, you have G Baby. You got Stoney. You got Jackson. You got
roster.
What's his name?
For you.
What's that one guy? Number 99.
Ooh,
that's been. But
I don't have my chart in front of me, Bishop.
I know. It's just on the tip of my tongue. But you think on just the front seven. Remember how we used to be wanting, if we could get some edge, force, some people on the edge to force, That's not even a question no more. So who is it?
I can't think of the name. I'm just saying you need some push on the edge.
Yeah. Because you need one edge pushing, and you need the other edge holding tight and corralling, so that way when it get pushed back, you create a seal.
Yeah.
So and there's plenty more behind them, and so it makes you got Trent. Man, I know it's others.
Just to help you
please forgive me if I but you start thinking about it, and each person I'm naming, if they were put in the game, you don't have no problem them being on and having the same type of play as the starters.
Well, they're deep at every angle, in every aspect, of every position. They're deep. So
yeah,
we can sit here and do this all day. There's only three groups that I can think they can hang with them in the SEC: Texas, Georgia, Alabama. Nobody's really saying anything real good about LSU's defense. They're not. They're saying everything good about the offense because they do have some weapons, and the quarterback they're returning did do pretty well last year.
Yeah.
So they're not saying anything. So your Georgia, your Texas, your Oklahoma, and your Alabama. Those are what everybody's talking about when it comes to defense in the SEC, because nobody fears nobody fears LSU on the defense. It's all on the offensive side.
Right.
So,
but Jason, who's number 99? Strong.
Marcus Strong, yeah. Marcus Strong.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Strong. But you're the X factor, because nobody expects for you. If you get in there, they don't think the play's going to drop off.
Well,
He's been running rampant in practices. So you tell me, when you start going through that, where's the weak link?
There you go, Jason. There you go. That's Jason's man right there, Kendall Daniels. Isaiah Simmons 2.0.
Bro, that's a lot to say, but he is that dude. And we have been talking about him. We were talking about him a few minutes ago, Kyle. Real quick though, since you brought it up, let me come back to what was said. So
go ahead, man.
This guy, Captain 405, was reporting that was going to happen, that he was going to decommit. You know, we all know that he's missed a few things here and there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was also a conversation. There was another conversation that happened, and there were some other people saying it and stuff. And then I misunderstood what was said in the group chat. I just talked to Jaron O'Neal. They're not decommitted from anything. They were there to throw and show up. You know what I'm saying? So look, we still don't know what's going on with Bo Bentley. So it didn't make a whole lot of sense for him to decommit in my mind, but I read it 2 different places, and I should have I should have just called him and asked him.
Hold on.
No. You know what it is, you guys? That was the fire test.
No.
They want so bad.
No, Bishop. No, hold on. The first question last night that we answered, I think this is gonna make Jason happy. The first question that we asked last night. This is the first question, Jason. What's going on, Coach and Bishop? First of all, let me say thank you for reading my email. I've been watching the show for the last 2 months, and I must say I'm real impressed on how you guys make time to read emails from listeners. That's very cool. My question is kind of complex, but maybe you guys can answer it. I am a diehard OU fan, and I want to know, why are we so shying away from Jaden O'Neal in hopes of getting Bo Bentley? I know he's another John Mateer, but we need someone that's like a Cam Newton or a Hall of Famer, Steve McNair. Please answer that question for me. Good luck with the podcast. You guys are doing absolutely wonderful things, Boomer Sooner. This is what I was trying to tell you, is that even the fans are seeing this shit. Even they're tired of it. Just get you a quarterback. The young man has shown you that he wants to be here.
Well, and at least if you're gonna go the other direction,
be open and honest with him, and
say it's over. We're going the other way.
Facts.
But when you said that email from last night, really, I was like, damn, that she called it. Why are we showing so much love to Bo Bentley? Yeah. And we got a kid that's already here that's telling you that he wants to be here. That's showing you he wants to be here. You can't preach. You can't preach family. You can't preach togetherness and everything out there, and you not show this young man what you're preaching. Now, that's just me. I'm just trying to keep it real, man. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. Stop passing the buck and just say, hey, we got our quarterback, man. Let's move on to something else. Let's just let Bo Bentley know, hey, thank you, but no thank you.
Yeah, and as far as people are asking in there, is Bentley supposed to, when's he supposed to announce his commitment? It could be any day. The thing is, I think he's trying to decide. And here's the deal. If he was so committed to Oklahoma, why is it taking this long? It would be my question. It's what we've been saying. They didn't commit. They got a commitment from Jaden O'Neal, and they were supposed to be committed. You know, Coach Venables doesn't like anybody going on visits after they're committed to you, right? And then he's doing that. I mean, this is what's going on. So
it's all good.
It's all good. It's not all good, and that's what I'm glad that Jason kind of clarified.
You missed what I'm saying.
Yeah, there was a lot of things being said all day long.
Hey man, I love that he's on the show.
Thank you, Mr. O'Neal.
He can clear that up.
He just put it in the chat right here.
Yeah,
read that out.
But now y'all didn't hear for sure that he did not decommit.
Yes.
No matter what you're hearing on Twitter, and even dumbass like me to read that and then read it from. I read it from 2 other places that I misread one of them, and it was like they were basically saying, "Yeah, we ain't decommitting. We committed to go over there and lighten it up." You know what I mean? And so,
hey, Jason, whenever you see Dent, let him know that a listener compared Jaden O'Neal to his Alcorn State partner, Steve McNair.
That
y'all missed that one.
Y'all
missed
We've
that
been
one.
talking. I was talking to Jaron. I was talking to Jaron about that stuff, and there's a lot. I mean, you know, I don't love quarterback comps most of the time. I don't really love doing that. It's like I don't like this Baker Mayfield, and I don't like people talking about Mateer and Baker in the same sentence. I don't think that they belong in the same sentence yet until you've been here 3 years doing your thing like he did.
Right.
But I digress. But I think that's a much more apt comparison would be like and I hadn't heard anybody say anything about our boy at Alcorn, right?
It shocked me.
At all.
It shocked me because
I've heard
they got to be an old listener.
But I think that Cam, I think when you talk about body size and you talk about arm ability, Cam, yeah, I've always said Jameis Winston a little bit too because he's big and he's got that big arm and the accuracy.
Yeah.
But I think that I don't mind the Cam one either because he can run. I know there's a lot of people that think that he can't run. I'll kind of go with what Jaron always tells me, bro. He's black. He can run.
Hey, like my old coach said, I've never seen a black kid who couldn't run. He said, "You show me a black kid who couldn't run. I'll show you a duck." Well, I can't say that.
Yeah. But hey, check this out, you guys. Let's be honest. His dad and his mama did a tremendous job with Jaden because he knew that in order to be that next level type of person, he can't just be an athlete. He wanted him to be a well-rounded quarterback that was cerebral, that can read defenses, as well as being able to run when necessary.
Hey, you ain't wrong.
The key is being able to read defenses. That's what you get. Because go ahead.
The reason that he ain't just a runner is because his dad didn't just let his ass run.
No. Pocket precision.
Stay your ass in the pocket. Fix it.
You can always run.
If you need to run, get off and go. I mean, we've seen him run 50-yard touchdowns. I mean, he does stuff like that.
Hey, the
first thing he wants him to do is find the open guy and get the ball out.
Yes. That's the first thing I always teach my quarterbacks and everything. Everybody want to run. When that pocket break down, you either move your ass up, move your ass to the side, but you ain't got to always run. Don't do what Jackson Arnold did and get happy feet and then want to, do shit that you ain't supposed to be doing, because now when you get happy feet and you move out of the pocket, the offensive line don't know where your ass is. So they don't know how to block, where you at, and then things just break down.
Great call.
You keep your ass in the pocket, move up, move to the left, do whatever. If anything, I tell my quarterbacks, throw that damn ball in the grass. We'll go to another down. Don't try to do shit that's uncharacteristic of you. That's the main thing. But everybody wants to run, but nobody wants to stand there and read progressions. I want 3 of them.
Right.
And
if you can hit it with precision too, you know what I mean? And like that's the other part. If Sugoi says opposite of Milroe, passing talent first, run second. Okay, but make sure you talk about the passing talent because he can hit that 15 to 25-yard precision throw that you got to be able to throw, right? Yeah. So where Milroe, I think Milroe's probably a bit a better runner than anybody we're talking about right now, right? Yeah. And he can throw a deep ball, but I think of Jalen Milroe and Jalen Hurts a lot similarly, right? I think they're very similar in what they are. Great athletes. They can throw the deep ball. If you put them in the right situation, they can do well for you. I think that Lincoln, one of the things I've always said that Lincoln, probably his best coaching job was with Jalen, because he knew not to put Jalen in certain situations. He didn't put Jalen in those situations. Right. He threw a lot of short passes and a lot of deep passes. And then let him run, do his thing, right?
Yeah.
So, but I think that when it comes to what Jaden is, he's a guy that he can stand in there in the pocket and stare down the barrel of that gun and make a precision throw into a tight window. And not everybody can do that.
Yeah. And so that's what I was just saying is that, understand from my viewpoint is that never ever do you discount someone who's already in your boat for someone out the boat, that the grass seems greener, but yet you have someone that's chomping at the bit and saying, I'm all in. And so just words of encouragement is, hey, even when the fire test comes, you got to be willing to stand on your laurels and, allow it to work for you.
Yeah. And I think I'm glad that the conversations continued to happen, because at least I don't love it. I wish that we were out of this conversation, but Sooner Cowboys said on there that you're not going to get a commitment until after the Elite 11. That makes sense, but that's on the 19th, 18th, 19th, whatever. So right before next week, when you have the Champion barbecue coming up. Jaden will be at that. Yeah. We'll see kind of how that all turns out, and whether or not. I would think that probably that's a good opportunity, because I think that after Elite 11, you may see Bo decide where he's going to go, right? Yeah. And so it's good that you're going to have Jaden's going to have an opportunity to go back and maybe they'll have some ass kissing time to do it, because they need to.
Yeah.
But I will, you got to understand, please don't believe the narrative that they're trying to get both. That in itself is, to me, is like, how you going to expect to be able to take care of both of their NILs when they're equivocal, or, they're in the same tier. What I should say is a better way to represent it. They're in the same tier.
It won't work.
Yeah,
it won't work. No,
we know that
it won't work, and now you're jeopardizing Michael Hawkins. If nobody wants to say it, you're jeopardizing Michael Hawkins, because if you get 2 5-star quality kids to come in the quarterback, let's just say you get both.
Bro, Michael Hawkins ain't going nowhere.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying let's say you get both. And I don't want to say this, but let's just be real. I've never seen 2 5-star or 2 elite quarterbacks play at the same place.
No, somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to lose.
Because if I lose out, deuces. I mean, let's just be realistic, man. That's not, I mean, it's no disrespect to whatever. I'm just saying that's the way it happens. But this is what I want to ask you, Jason, because I got an email again last night from one of my old coaches in Monticello, Arkansas. He was talking about the new recruit that we got, Matthew Nelson. He sent me footage of the young man. Nasty ass edge rusher. Nasty edge rusher. And I mean, nasty, hit your ass, and then want to pick you up and say, I'll see you in a few minutes. kind of guy. So we're getting people like this. And now we're getting people from Arkansas. We're getting people from California. We're getting people from all over. Oklahoma is letting everybody know we're going to go get the best talent, and we're going to go everywhere and get it. I want to ask you, have you seen this footage, Jason, of Matthew Nelson?
Yes, I have. He's a stud, bro.
6'5". 6'5".
I like him.
Defensive end.
That's what I'm saying. And a lot of people, they keep, I don't know what's up with Texas, man. I was laughing at John, what's his name, from Locked On. That's on with Jay all the time. He was like, man, Texas fans are more on our recruiting than we are. And as far as like, and you got Oklahoma fans that are losing their shit over it. They lost that defensive lineman to what's his name at Rutgers and all that shit, Shiano. But it's like, bro, relax. Clearly he got the money that he got from Rutgers because he came to Oklahoma and had that visit, right? The thing was, is that I guarantee you he called OU to see what their number would be, and it wasn't going to be that.
Yeah.
But I mean, either we trust this guy or we don't trust this guy as far as identifying talent and what we're going to do. Right? I mean, either we trust him or we don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is what John Williams is who I was saying. Right.
Okay.
And TP, I'm with you on that. And what I was also saying was, as far as like when it comes to Bo Bentley and stuff, and Sooner Cowboys was talking about, that Bentley had said that himself. He was going to wait to commit until after Elite 11. But that tells you that he's smart as well. He's trying to make sure my price is about to go up if I win Elite 11. Not that I think he's going to win it. But
hey,
it is what it is.
Hold on.
But
but they're not getting two. Again, I will say this one more time. They ain't getting two.
No, man.
They're gonna get a second quarterback that isn't a blue chip guy, but they're not getting two blue chip guys. I promise that.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
I just don't. We don't need to. We don't. So it is what it is. But anyway, we've been going, man, for 1 hour and 30. I got one more segment, Jason, man, that I want to get in with you before I get up out of here. Wife wants to watch Straw. It's always some movie that we want to watch. The segment is 707. Say what?
Mm-hmm.
Say what, Bishop?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. You winking at me. It must be a good movie. The last segment, Jason, is 707. This question was asked last night, so now I got to ask you because me and Bishop already went through the gauntlet. So I'm gonna let Jason be the offense and Bishop, you're gonna be the defense. No, Bishop, you were the defense last night. I'm gonna give you the offense tonight.
Okay.
Jason, I'm gonna give you the defense. All right. Here's the question.
I'm cool with that.
All right. Here's the question. What's going on, Bishop? My name is Tony. I'm from Fort Smith, Arkansas. I got a question for you, and maybe you two are the right ones to ask. Coach Ricks, you said you have been an offensive coordinator. Bishop, you said you have been a defensive coordinator. Bishop, pick your best 7 skills guys on the defense, former OU players and coach. You pick the best 7 skilled players on offense, former OU players. So, Jason, I'm going to give you the defense, 7 skilled players on defense. Bishop, I'm going to give you 7 skilled players on offense, former OU players.
I think I got the easy one.
Hey, hold on.
I could go 10 deep on this side.
This is what I said last night. This is my 7 on offense. I had Kyler Murray as my quarterback.
We're talking all time now. Ooh.
All time. My quarterback was Kyler Murray. My running back was Adrian Peterson. My tight end was Mark Andrews. My wide receivers, I had 3. Mark Clayton, C.D. Lamb, Malcolm Kelly. And then I had another running back in the slot. I had DeMarco Murray in my running back slot. So now, Jason, you get you get defense or both. Y'all can have both. Just give me 7 each.
Well, let me start with the defense. Actually, go offense first, real quick there, Bishop. And I'm trying to write a few down. I'm having to decide here. Hold up.
All right, check it.
Jaron O'Neal said Straw is actually a great coach. Hey, I'm gonna check it out tonight.
I know.
Mr. O'Neal, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out because my wife's been bugging me about watching that movie, man. And I've been studying. I've been doing stuff, man, for this special guest and everything, man. So I've been doing a lot of work. So I'm gonna watch it tonight, and then I'll give you guys my feedback on that movie on next podcast.
Yeah.
All right, Bishop.
All right, check it out. All right, this is my gumbo. All right, on my offense.
Hold on, Bishop. Hey guys, in the comments, y'all jump in too. If y'all want to start filling the comments up, man, with y'all 7 best skill players on offense and 7 best skill players on defense, let's go. I would love to see what you guys got as well. All right, Bishop.
Absolutely. All right. Starting off, my quarterback. It was a tough decision.
Jason writing this shit down. Jason writing this shit down. Jason studying right now, man. Like you're doing classwork.
I'm trying to look and see. I'm like,
hey, I thought about it. It's I have to go with Kyler.
Cheat code.
Man, because it's a cheat code because you can't be one-dimensional. You have to be cerebral, be able to fit the ball in places, but you still got to be able to run. So, got that. Then my running backs is going to be, I'm going to go with,
Bishop, you're making this too hard.
I'm going to go AD as one.
Okay.
But I'm also going to go with Joe Mixon as the other.
You ain't going with Billy Sims?
No.
Or you ain't you ain't going with
you better go with Adrian Peterson. I'm gonna kick somebody's ass.
Hold on. Oh God. What's his name?
Hey.
House.
My slot receiver is Joe Washington.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, look at him. Look what he did there.
I know. I know.
All right. And then my tight end.
You better go Keith Jackson. You better go Keith Jackson. You better go Keith Jackson.
Keith Jackson.
Okay.
And then my three wide receivers. Wait a minute. Two. That's four. Yeah. All right. Is
love these questions, man. Love these questions, man. Love them. Love them.
All right. I'm gonna go with Mark Clayton.
Okay.
That's the hardest. I think the receivers is the hardest one.
That's the hardest.
For
yes.
Oklahoma. It's
yes.
the hardest one.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Because it's like
you can't go wrong with any of them.
Hollywood.
Okay.
Hollywood Brown.
Okay.
And then D-Mac.
Damian Mackey. Come on, man. He wouldn't tell you it's Damian Mackey. D-Mac wouldn't tell you he's on that list. Come on now.
He's like, what? He's like, what?
Or you're gonna leave out CD. You're gonna leave out CD. Bro,
Malcolm Kelly, CD.
All right. Now everybody get ready to kill me because I know this is coming. You can go with all of the Selman brothers. I'm at least got to put Leroy Selman in there as
all three were on last night. All three were on last night.
They should be, right?
All three were on.
But Boz, Tony Casillas, Gerald McCoy, Teddy Lehman, Rocky Kalmus is guys that I like.
Yep.
Defensively. But you could add in a bunch of other guys too, man. There's a bunch of other dudes. And as a matter of fact, if I'm not putting, I must put Roy Williams in there.
Yes, thank you. Hey, I'll get ready to say it. Hey,
Superman. So, but if you're gonna take off some of those other guys too, I don't think you should. We know. We're talking 7 instead of 11. I'd rather put 11 in. But I'm just saying.
Look. Someone surprised me last night in the comments and put Dan Cody.
Dan Cody's another one.
I was like, oh shit.
Hold on. What about K9? What about K9?
Yes, dude. Look, you could go on forever. It's because it's always going to be subjective, man. Someone said Perion Winfrey. I mean, so you just.
I wouldn't say Perion Winfrey.
Well,
but
I'm just saying.
I like Perion. Don't get me wrong. I like.
That's what they put.
He ain't that guy.
That's what they put. I mean,
I like Striker,
Kenneth Murray, guys like that. I mean, bro, you have to talk about those guys. I mean, you really.
Hey,
that's why.
Ronnell Lewis.
I mean, I'm busting chops because we love Damian Mackey. We all love D-Mac, right? But and I don't think that he would put himself above. I mean, come on, bro.
Sterling Shepard,
Malcolm Kelly,
Sterling Shepard,
Ryan Broyles.
Dude, hey,
Lamb,
hold on,
Westbrook. D. Westbrook's the only one.
Can you picture this? Hold on. Can you
Wait a
picture
minute,
this?
Jason, you with this too?
Hold on. Can you picture this? Picture this. CeeDee Lamb on one side.
Yeah.
You got Malcolm Kelly on the other side. You got Brian. You got Ryan Broyles in the slot, and then you got Hollywood or Sterling Shepard in the slot.
Yeah.
Who you stopping?
You ain't.
You
What
ain't.
about D.D. West? Yeah, you got
D.D. West.
Oh snap,
Dude. We could go on
D.D.
forever,
West
man.
is the only receiver to ever win the Biletnikoff. D.D.'s the only one.
And check this out. Check this out. Jermaine Grissom, cheat code.
Bro, again, Jermaine Gresham. So yeah, if I'm going offense, I don't disrespect Keith Jackson, but I don't think that he was the same as like Jermaine Gresham. Yeah,
I had Mark Andrews. I mean, Mark Andrews
was great. Mark was great. I don't think he was better than Jermaine though.
Jermaine was a cheat code, man, because you couldn't guard him.
Oh, come on, man. Come on.
He's a cheat code because he could go out for passing, but he was vicious on the blocking.
This is why I love
D.D. was a bad dude, bro. Jimmy, you're right. D.D. was a bad dude.
Yeah.
If you're not
subscribed, so was Malcolm Kelly, bro. Malcolm Kelly was a bad motherfucker.
No.
Hey, Iglesias. We didn't talk about Iglesias. Iglesias. hey, Iglesias. Then you got to go with
go with the legend. Hey, legends got his in there too, and I knew it was coming.
What's legend at?
Defensive. He said all three Selmans. Rod Schultz, Jimbo Elrod. Rod Schultz again. He says, Cumby, Castillas.
Hey, Derek Strait.
Kevin Murphy.
Derek Strait.
Derek White.
Yeah, Derek White.
Yeah.
Hey,
hold on. We ain't saying one name. We didn't say one name yet on defense. Tommy Harris.
I did say Gerald McCoy though.
Yeah.
So, hey, if you're not subscribed to the channel, man, please do, because these kind of emails, man, makes the podcast so much fun, man. You guys don't realize we could make a whole damn podcast about that question. About that question.
TP, hey, I'm not dissing Keith Jackson. I'm not doing it. Do not get the wrong idea. But when you look at and you're right about that, he touched the ball twice a game because of the bone. You're absolutely correct. And he would take him to the house.
Yeah.
He was a cheat code too, man. I would just listen, I think that
you know what's so funny? Hey, D Mac gonna see this. He said, Bishop, stop drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah. For real though.
I just feel like this is the shit, man, that I love because it makes you think.
Yeah.
And not once did any one of us say Billy Sims.
I didn't give you my offense, so I didn't give you my offense.
Man,
give me your offense.
Billy, I think you got to go with a 2-back offense, and it's Billy and AD. It is.
What about this? Watch this.
Yeah, you're right.
What about Marcus Dupree?
Oh,
Marcus Dupree won a round long enough, though. He won a round. Look, hold on. If Marcus comes back and for the people that want to put that on Marcus Dupree, don't do that.
No,
because hey, the king himself said that he screwed that up.
Yeah. No, but to have him in the backfield with AD, how you gonna? Oh, that sets off my whole offense to have my boy as the
Billy
quarterback.
Sims was that guy too, man. You go back and watch the Billy Sims years. Dude. He was unbelievable.
He was a cheat code. Let's be honest.
My favorite quarterback is Baker, but I would say the most talented quarterback that I can remember.
You got the collar.
No, it is. It's that. Listen, but to me, as much as I think that Kyler was that dude, because he was
right,
but to me, it had to have been Sam. It was Sam to me.
You
Now,
don't think
but
hey,
Baker's
Jamel?
the winner of the group. He's that
Yeah,
guy that just goes and gets it done, right?
Yeah.
2-time walk on, all that. So I'm a Baker dude. I'm always going to be a Baker guy. But
Yeah.
Sam Bradford to me could do everything.
Precise. Yeah, precise. He could put a ball anywhere on the field.
And he was a scratch
and
golfer.
shout out. And here's the other thing. Yes, I would want to have two teams, because if we're talking about all timers to run the wishbone or triple option or any of that kind of stuff, Jamel Holloway, my first Sooner legend, the guy that I loved right away when I was a kid. That was my dude, man.
Yeah,
man.
Hey, I'm gonna say, Tony, thank you, my man, because you made me happy, man. Because last night we ate that question up, Jason. We ate that.
Oh yeah, you missed
we
last
ate that
night.
shit up last night.
Thank you, Mars. Jamel Holloway's my guy, man. Jamel.
Shoot.
Sugio said he's crying. He's crying right now. He's crying right now. Dude,
who's working on a show together?
You could go on forever.
Yeah, because even if I pick, and I know I was probably being a homer tonight, but I mean, you just think about
Mr. Tillman.
There were
you guys got quit.
Dude, I told you we can go on all damn night.
All day.
All day, bro. Spencer Tillman. Oh man.
Hold on. What's the return? What's the return guy that had 4 returns in one game? I guess UCLA.
Antonio Perkins from Lawton, Oklahoma.
Antonio Perkins. Look, I'm gonna do this.
We'll talk about this more on my show tomorrow night. We'll do the late shift, and we'll do this again. Yeah,
dude. Tony, man, thank you again, man, for the question, man. That shit just had me. It had us all over the place. Last one, Jason. Then we'll get up out of here. Give me your top 10, your top 12 that can make the CFP.
Oh, that's right. We did that last night. Mm-hmm.
Your top 12.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that it's gonna be LSU, Alabama, Ohio State,
okay,
Penn State, Notre Dame.
Okay,
got that.
That's 5.
That's 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's 12, man. So you got to go. You got to do it. Who's going to make it in? So who's going to win the Big 12? It's going to be. I'm not going to go with Arizona State. I know everybody wants to go with Arizona State. I'm going to stick with K-State right now.
Okay.
Clemson obviously is going to be part of that deal.
Yep.
You're probably going to get a second one in there, which should be Miami.
Gotcha.
Okay.
You don't think it's going to be SMU?
No, I don't think SMU is that good.
Okay.
I don't think it's that good. SMU got their ass whipped at home by BYU last year. And I think BYU, I don't know what's going on with their damn quarterback, or else I would probably have them in the
Yeah, I know.
If they get a second team, it could be ASU. I love their quarterback. Did I say Penn State? I did say Penn State, didn't I? So they're going to get another one. It looks like it's going to be, I would say I've got them, Oregon, and Ohio State. So I'll have to add the fourth. It's going to be, is it going to be Illinois? I guess it's going to be Illinois.
That's a good one. I didn't have Illinois. I had Oregon instead of Illinois.
I've got Oregon, don't I? I've got Oregon, Ohio State, Penn State, and then you're gonna add a fourth one.
Okay.
So that 4, and then I've only got 3. Well, I've only got 2 so far. Oklahoma's gonna make it into.
I dare say I ain't heard that yet from y'all. Damn.
Yeah,
I was waiting for that. No. Hell no. They ain't gonna make it.
Oh, no.
They scared of competition.
Come on, JW.
They scared of competition. You can't.
They call your team trash. That's what they are. Trash.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So you got.
So I don't know how many I got there.
Miami,
or
Ohio State,
I should have 12. That should be 12.
LSU, Alabama, K-State. You didn't say
I didn't
Texas.
put in. I just didn't put in my G5. So yeah, if there's going to be a fourth one, it would be probably Texas, but I'm not sure. Because I'm not picking Georgia. So if we're picking, if they're going to get a fourth team, then I think it's going to be. I think it'll be Texas. If it goes like it did last year, and you okay, but that would mean you have to take out one of the. You take out Miami because you got a G5 team, and the G5. Hell, I don't know. It could be. I'll tell you who I think the G5 is. UNLV.
UNLV.
Yeah.
Someone said that last night.
That's what someone said last night.
Yeah, UNLV. Yeah. I didn't know that. That's where Dan Mullen went. Yeah, Dan Mullen.
And he's got him. He's getting dudes from. He's getting SEC dudes to go to Vegas, bro.
That's crazy.
That's gonna help them. But isn't that a cheat code, man? Getting guys like that to go there to play against a small, lowly team.
Sure. Yeah, why not?
Ooh.
See, listen. Hey,
you be here all damn day, Sooner Legend. You be here all damn day.
Sooner Legend. I have Sooner Legend. You got to come on the show tomorrow night. We'll do the late shift show, and we'll let you. I wanted to get your all-time team because you are the Sooner Legend, the guy that's been watching it since.
Yeah,
since Moses was around, bro.
The straw helmet.
Moses was here.
The straw helmet.
Yeah, he's the oldest Moses, so
he baptized Jesus.
I didn't pick Cody Light. What? I didn't pick Cody Light for what? I didn't pick Cody Light for what? Cody Light for what? What you talking about, Willis?
I have no idea. All right, man. I'm going to stop here, man.
Appreciate
go watch
you guys. Hey, go have fun with the wifey tour. We said hello. Thank you guys for coming on. We'll check y'all out tomorrow night on the show.
Thank you for having me, man. And love and peace, everybody. Blessings.
All right, man. You guys have a good one, man. Whenever we get Big Trap back on here, man, we'll send an invite to you guys, man, and we'll redo it then, man. Until then, you guys have a wonderful weekend. We'll put that thing sideways, turn it upside down, and then put a little
your team trash. That's what they are. Trash.
Have a good one, fellas. Y'all have a good one.
Money making good, my money need a loan. I'm just getting money. I'm just getting money. Money making good, my money need a loan. I'm just getting money. I'm just getting money. Money making good, my money.